In this video, we will be doing letter writing in English composition. Letters are a very effective means of communication for keeping contact with friends and relatives who live at distances. Although it is outdated method and people use latest technology to convey their messages such as WhatsApp messaging, SMS and email. Still, the significance of letter cannot be underestimated. So children, the letters are of two types. One is formal letter writing and next is the informal letter writing. Formal letters are written to business firms, editor of newspaper, invitation letters to government officials. An informal letter is written to relatives, friends, etc. So this is the format of a formal letter. So first we have the sender's address. It is the address of the person who writes the letter. Next is the date, dated as on when the letter is written. Next is the recipient's address. It is the address to the person to whom we are writing the letter to. Next is salutation. The form of address depends upon the relationship between the writer of the letter and the person to whom it is addressed. In formal letter, the recipient can be addressed as Sir or Madam or Respected Sir or Madam or even Dear Sir or Dear Madam. So this comes after the recipient's address, that is salutation. Next is subject. In this we can mention the main purpose of writing the letter as a topic sentence. So this subject should be short. Next is reference. Here we write certain important details referring the letter, serving as a background detail for the topic of the letter. For example, registration number, license number, some dates referring to previous letter or to a newspaper. Next is main body. It contains the main text and it depends on the purpose of the letter. It should be written in 3 paragraphs, leaving a line after every paragraph. So the first paragraph is the introduction. The second paragraph is the main body. And the third paragraph is the conclusion. Next is closing. How to close a letter. A formal letter can conclude with the expressions like thanking you or thanking you in anticipation. It is then followed by expressions like yours faithfully, yours sincerely, yours obediently, and many other. Next is the signature. At last, there is the signature part followed by the sender's name. You need to write your full name after closing. Then is enclosures. If the sender wants to send any photocopies of some documents, certificates for reference, then the details can be mentioned as enclosures as the last part of the letter. For example, a photocopy of the license or a photocopy of the hall ticket. This, that is the 10th one, is not necessary that it should be in all the formal letters. It is only when if you have anything to be kept after the letter, like certificates or documents. So this is the formal letter writing format. First is the sender's address. You need to put proper punctuations like comma, full stops, and wherever necessary the capitalization. Next is the date. Then we have the receiver's address. Next is the subject. Then we have the salutation, that is, dear sir, respected sir or madam. And after that, you need to put a comma there. And then we have the 3 paragraphs. First para, that is the introduction. After the first paragraph, you need to leave a line. Then the second paragraph, that is the main body. And then again leave a line. Then is the third paragraph, that is conclusion. Then after that, without leaving a line, you have to write thanking you, put a comma. And then we have yours truly or faithfully. And then you need to write your full name. And if there is an enclosure, then you can add the enclosure, like if any documents are there or certificates, you can add in there. This is a sample formal letter. Just read it and let's understand it. The question is, you are Pinky Prakash Mishra, staying at Devgiri, CM Road, Solapur. Write a letter to the police inspector of your locality, bringing to his notice the burglary that took place last night in your neighborhood. Now, this is a letter that you need to write to the police inspector due to the theft that took place last night in your neighborhood. So first we have the sender's address, then we have the date, that is 4th July 2017. So this is the way how you write the date. Next we have the receiver's address, that is a police station's address. And then we have subject. You can see how short it is, theft in Devgiri Nagar. And then is the salutation, sir. And you need to put proper commas and punctuations wherever necessary. Then we have the first paragraph, that is, this is to inform that our colony is facing a lot of insecurity at night since the past 15 days. Last week, one of our neighbors' bike parked outside his house was stolen. 2 days back, Mr. Sawant was out of station when the burglars broke into his locked house and took away possessions worth rupees 50,000. Last night, my neighbor was returning from duty when 3 men stopped him and tried to snatch away all his belongings. Luckily for him, our dog began to bark and we all went to the rescue of our neighbor, Mr. Shakil. We request you to keep vigil during the night and keep our area out of bounds for these antisocial elements. On our part, we extend all cooperation to make your work meaningful. Thanking you, yours truly, resident of Devgiri Towers. So this was the formal letter. Now we have the format of informal letter. First we have the sender's address. Every word in the address should begin with a capital letter. It is also to be punctuated with comma and full stop after the name of the city. This is not only for the informal letter but also for the formal letter. Next is the date. The date should be written as follows. That is 5th July 2020. So this also is applicable for formal letter as well. Next is salutation. It has to be left aligned. That means both the letters, that is formal as well as the informal letter, should be written towards the left hand side and should end, that is a salutation, should end with a comma. That is a relationship words should be capitalized. For example, my dear father, dear uncle. So you need to not only capitalize, but after writing the salutation, you need to put a comma. Next is the main body. There should be 3 paragraphs. First is the introduction, then the second paragraph is for the main content, and the last, that is the third paragraph, for conclusion. Next we have the closing of the letter. So expression for closing the letter can be yours lovingly, warmly, etc. Next is ending. How do you end it? So end the letter with your name. So this is the format in which you need to write the informal letter. So first we have the sender's address, then we have the date. Next is the salutation or greeting, that is dear father, dear uncle. Then after that we have the first paragraph, that is the introduction. Then after that you need to leave a line. Then is the second paragraph, that is the main content. Then even after the second paragraph you need to leave a line. And then the third paragraph, that is conclusion of the letter. Then we have the closing, that is yours lovingly. And down you need to write name and not XYZ. This was the old format. Do not write XYZ in both the letters, that is formal as well as informal letter. The new format is that you need to write towards the left hand side of your page, and the ending should not be XYZ, but you need to write your full name. So this is the sample letter for informal letter. So this is a question that is given here, where you need to write a letter to your mother as you are missing her because you have not seen her for a long time, and even the names are given and the address as well is given. So you need to copy down the same address. So you can see the address that is given here. The punctuations and the words are capitalized. So you need to keep in mind the punctuations while writing the letter. Then we have the date, that is 1st April 2018. Then we have the salutation, that is dear mother, and then comma. So here we have the main body of the letter. Let's read. How are you? I am feeling quite good here. The academic commitments keep me so busy that I hardly have any time for leisure. I can't wait for vacations to begin. I miss you a lot. I just miss the delicious food prepared by you every Sunday. Once I come there, I'm going to judge on all your dishes like there's no tomorrow. I have started developing a keen interest in architecture, and I am even taking an introductory course in this term. I miss all the career guidance tips which you used to share with me all the time. I understand their values now even more while you are not around me. I hope Dad's doing well. Please do not skip your medicines. I miss you guys a lot and cannot wait to see you all. So these were the paragraphs, that is the main body of the letter. Then we have the ending, that is closing of the letter. Like you can write anything, your loving son, your loving daughter, and then you need to write your name. Okay children, with this we have completed with letter writing. I would ask you to practice the letters for better understanding, because only by practice you will be able to write letters properly. Thank you for listening children. Take care.